I'm Lars Bildsten, the director here at KITP, and I want to welcome all of you to the Institute. It's great to see so many people, and I know we've still got more coming. I always like to ask on the first morning of a conference, for how many of you, is this your first time at the KITP? Raise your hand high. Okay. I haven't figured this out. It's always like more than half. I still don't know how we do that. But for that reason alone, I will explain a little bit about what the KITP is and how we operate. Since 1979, we've been supported from a grant from the National Science Foundation that allows us to do these long programs. So this is the brief 4-day conference associated with a very long program. Those long programs are 8 to 10 weeks. They come from you, the community, proposing to us, the KITP and our scientific advisory board, an idea that you and the community have of something that you think would be great to bring people together for a long period. Each program has about 30 people here every day. We really emphasize very long visits. That's sort of our hallmark, with the belief that long visits allow people the time to get to know each other and start new collaborations and maybe move the field in a different direction by having the time for everyone to argue and debate. So that process is right now underway. Pre-proposals were due last week. If you've got a great idea and you want to send something, we'll always consider things coming in late. But then we work with our 17 members of our advisory board to take those and decide which ones to move forward in terms of asking for full proposals. It's about a 2-year process, so we're booked through basically 2 years from up through the beginning of fall 2025. We sort of know what we're doing. And we do that as well in advance because it takes time for people to make arrangements to come for long visits. So I do encourage you to think about that. If you've got questions this week, I'll be around. Mark Bowick, who's the deputy director, I know is just getting back from India, he'll be around. And of course, you can speak to the coordinators of this program because they've been through it, and they can also tell you that process. So I also want to quickly thank, of course, Nicolo is the coordinator for the main program, so thank you for everything you've been doing. Tommaso Macri's been doing the hard work for the conference, as well as Leah. Where's Leah? Okay, Leah's not here yet. Okay. But of course, nothing here would happen without KITP staff, so I really want to acknowledge the staff here at KITP. So of course, Claudia is the one who's responsible for having everything work smoothly for the conference. Thank you, Claudia. On IT, we have Craig Kunamoto. So Craig, thank you. And everything at the Institute is recorded and online typically the same day, and that all happens via the efforts of Alina. So she's out there, she's KITP Alina. So let's all thank Alina for that work. The recording of the talks is something we've been doing for a very long time. There's about 24,000 talks online. There's about 500 hours of people watching them every day. So that means that your talk's audience is actually not the people in this room, time averaged. It is today. But time averaged, your audience will be those out there who find it valuable. So for that reason, all of you who are speakers have received instructions for how to give us the talks. So you should have that. But also, I want to emphasize the time for questions. So as I talked about, the programs are time for discussions. Conferences to us are equally important in that regard. So Tommaso will have to set a great example of ensuring that there is time for discussion. So it's very explicit on the schedule that there's half the time for discussion as there is for the talk. Please use the microphones. So Tommaso, you'll have to have someone help you because that way the questions also get recorded rather than just the answers. So it is important to use the mic. So you might want to draft someone to sort of help running around and do that for you. But that is what really makes this valuable, as well as the longer breaks. So I encourage you all to, you have time to ask questions, so please take advantage of it. All of the breaks and lunches and the dinners are in the courtyard, which is exactly in that direction. The restrooms, the men's room and the women's room are down the hall. There's a gender-neutral room, bathroom just down this corridor. But again, the staff are really good at helping all of you find your way. Please do wear your name tags. That's how we know that the food is yours. There is another program that is starting today, Neuroscience of Deep Learning. They will think that all of that food is their welcome event, but it's not. So please do wear your name tag so that we can ensure that you're getting what you've paid for. If you're bringing extra people for dinner for either of the 2 nights, which I believe are Tuesday and Wednesday, please see Claudia so that she can modify the head count and collect the extra fee. We're supposed to get a little bit of weather this week, but it tends to always be more threatening than reality, especially for those of you who live in places where there's weather. In California, you know, this is weather. We have clouds. So if you go outside and you get locked out, especially in the evenings, the Tuesday, Wednesday, you can always get back in the back of the courtyard. That door is always open because the caterers go in and out. But the building does lock in the evening. I think I have nothing else. There is we do have a code of conduct in your packet. That code of conduct is how we operate at the Institute, all of us here. And of course, the major thing for an event like this is just ensuring that everyone has an opportunity to have their voice be heard and the speaker has a chance to give their talk. That's the manifestation of that, which can sometimes get a little bit unwieldy. Craig, did I forget anything? No. Okay. So I'm good. So with no further ado, Tommaso, I'm going to hand this off, and then I'm going to go teach my class. So sorry.
Thank you so much, Lars. So good morning, everyone. My name is Tommaso Macri from Quera Computing. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I'm really happy to see so many friends and colleagues, and also some new faces together today and for the rest of the week. So, of course, before starting, I would like to thank my co-organizers, Alexei Gorshkov, Lea Santos, and Giovanna Morigi for the main conference, and of course the great effort that Nicolò has done